Hey guys, this is Rylan from Land Insights, and today we just released a groundbreaking feature inside Land Insights available to all plans, and that feature is called SellerIQ. Now, SellerIQ is a proprietary AI tool that analyzes your exports, and we analyze property, ownership, and behavioral data related to the seller that you would be targeting. And what we do is we look at that and we automatically tag each one of your exports at a seller motivation score, and we rank it high, medium, or low. So when you export this data, each seller will have a ranking based on motivation that is high, medium, or low. And this was built to maximize our ROI in our land businesses. A common problem we had, us founders in our land businesses, common problem we had was we kept reaching out to people that just instantly said no to our offers. They had no motivation at all. We thought to ourselves, is there a common characteristic of these people that say no? And is there a common characteristic of the people that say yes? So we did digging, and us founders, me, Sumner, Kyle, we have hundreds of deals that we've done over the years. So we looked at those deals and we identified the common characteristics that these sellers had that led them to say yes, what led them to say no. And we reverse engineered that over several months with our engineering team, and we discovered that there are common characteristics. And from there, we just created a AI tool that analyzes each seller you're exporting. And we identify, hey, this guy has a high motivated score, or this guy, he's probably going to say no, he's a low motivated score. Or someone might be in between. They may have a couple issues that may make them a low, but maybe there's one outstanding thing or a couple outstanding things that make them highly motivated. So they might land somewhere in the middle. So from there, we created SellerIQ and we put this into Land Insights, and you guys can start using it today. Now, before we start, I just want to mention when something groundbreaking like this gets released, especially in the land space, it's reasonable to expect another software company is going to attempt to replicate it. And I just want to give you a major warning. This feature took months to build, and it took years of previous deals to analyze. So I'd be careful if someone quickly releases this. It might just be a simple filter that they put on, like ownership length or like the location they're at, the mailing address is relative to the property. But SellerIQ goes much, much deeper. So just be careful if anyone releases something like this in the future. It takes a long time to build, and you need the credible, legitimate sales from your land business, that data involved in order to build something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and use it. So I saved you guys some time and I picked a county. So we're going after Madison County, Alabama. We're going after 5 to 20 acres, not touching any other filters. We're doing all of our AI scrubs, so we want to remove anything that's not vacant land. We only want to go after vacant land. We want to remove the bad sloped properties that you can't build on. We want to remove landlocked land, so we only want to go after public access, remove our HOAs. We don't want to target anything with more than 50% of it in a wetland or flood zone. And then right here is SellerIQ. So SellerIQ is 3 credits per record, and each export you do is scored. Okay, so little description right there, I got it checked on. We want to make sure we do deduplicate our owners and we keep the larger parcel. I prefer to keep the larger parcel when we deduplicate, so we go after the largest piece of land they own because I like large pieces. And then I'm not going to touch anything else since SellerIQ does the heavy lifting. There might be someone inside the zip code that may have a high motivated score. So I'd rather have SellerIQ look at everything because there might be people in a certain location that actually are highly motivated to sell. Same with ownership length. We've always said in the past, like, oh, go after people who've owned it more than 5 years. There are motivated people that have owned it maybe a year. So I'm gonna leave that blank. And then exclude keywords. I always recommend you guys keep a long saved list of keywords to remove. Like, no railroad company is gonna sell it to you. No cemetery is gonna sell it to you. You don't even wanna buy a cemetery. So just make sure you exclude those. I didn't touch any other filters. I'm not skip tracing since this is a mailer data set, and I'm including AI pricing to help me out with coming up with the market value of each piece of property I'm going after. So from there, I'm just going to export, purchase now. I have unlimited data, so I don't have to pay for records since I already bought unlimited data. So this is our purchase page. and we're going to go ahead and export it. So I'm going to let this go ahead and export. It may take a minute or two, and then I'll show you guys the list once it's done. Okay, so I just downloaded the data set that Land Insights gave me. I downloaded the CSV file and I uploaded that into Google Sheets. If you don't know how to do that, just go File, Import, and then you're going to import from your computer the CSV file that you downloaded. So this is the raw data set, and if you go towards the end, you'll see SellerIQ. So SellerIQ is the last column we're pumping out, and as you can see, like this seller right here, based on the characteristics of that seller, the live characteristics that we had just pulled through Land Insights, looks like he's highly motivated. So if you reach out to this person, he's more likely than low or medium that he's going to sell to you. Whereas low, this guy is the least likely person to sell to you based on characteristics. And again, this is all backed by hundreds of deals that have been done in our land business, as well as the people who said no. So we're lining up those characteristics with our land deals in our own land businesses. So what I like to do in my land businesses is what I'm doing is I'm just removing the lows. So I'm going to target the medium and high likelihood sellers because there's a lot of deals that can be had from our medium sellers. Whereas low, it's unlikely it happens. There could be a few that come through that you end up buying from a low, but it's extremely unlikely. I'd rather just go after the mediums and highs and hit different markets, spread my net wider since I'm maximizing my ROI and I'm also checking out more markets. So we're going to remove those lows so we don't waste time marketing to those people that probably won't even sell to us anyways. I'd rather go after the high people. And if you want to be super efficient, you want to maximize your ROI the highest, you could remove mediums as well and just go after the highs, but you're going to have to go out over a lot of markets to hit your quota. If you want to send 10,000 mailers a month, you're going to have to target several markets because we only pump out so many highs. There's a lot of lows and mediums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a filter on our data set and I'm going to remove the lows. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to sort A to Z, and then we're going to go delete our lows since I'm going after mediums and highs only. So we want to remove our lows from the data set. Let's see how many there are. So there are 199 low motivated sellers inside this data set, and there's I think a total of 1,053. So that's roughly like 19% of our data set we're removing. So that means 199 letters we don't have to send. We're saving money not having to send letters to those unmotivated people. We don't have to take calls from them. We don't have to waste time with these leads that probably won't even sell to us anyways. They're probably just going to call us and curse us out. Right? We're maximizing for better conversations, better leads, and we don't want to waste money on these people that won't sell to us anyways. So I'm going to delete these. And I'm going to delete those rows. Okay. So now we only have medium and high seller IQs. So from there, we can go and price our data, price our offers, and send out that mail and maximize that ROI, go to the next market, rinse and repeat. So if you guys want to start using this product, it's available to all our plans, Light, Starter, and Pro. So if you'd like to get an account, if you don't have one already, you can go to landinsights.co and click start for free and set up your subscription. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you.